I don't exactly know how to feel right now. I don't know if I'm to cry or to laugh, but it's just so funny. Like, it's just very, very funny what people think of me. Hmm. I don't know. Sometimes people have this impression that I am one Ajebota, like it's written on my forehead. And I do not really give people this impression. I'm just a random girl. I'm just a normal girl who goes about doing her thing. I am not Dangote or Otedola's daughter. So, what is the Ajebota they're seeing in me? God, it's just so funny. So, guys, see what happened. This week, my mom decided to sell out some of the cassavas in her garden. Yeah, she decided to sell it out to all these market women who go about looking for cassava to use and produce all these cassava and garu products. So they came around, though my mom wasn't around, so I had to stand in for her. And another thing is, I learned something from them. You know, I'm an adventurous person. I love learning new things. So I actually learned how they shade this their cassava, before they buy it. So they shade it by themselves, and I learned how to actually shade. Yeah. So it was fun for me. So what happened? After they had bought the cassava, I remembered I needed to do something I call Mpataka, Eberebe in Igbo, but I call it in English tapioca. Yoruba people, do not get confused because I realized your own tapioca is quite different from this one I am talking about. Yeah. I've actually seen yours. You make it and drink it like pap with coconut cuttings on it and milk and all of that. So whenever I mention tapioca, you guys are sometimes confused. So do not get confused. This is what I call tapioca in Igbo. I call it tapioca. But in Igbo, we call it Eberebe or Mpataka, depending on the part of Igbo land you're coming from. So I asked her for some tubers. Let me go and make this thing. And the eye she gave me was like, do you know how to do this thing? What can you do? Because all through that day, this woman kept calling me Oyibo, 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 and I was just smiling. So when she gave me that look, I understood what that was about. And I'm like, just like you, can you make this thing? I say, yes, now, what is there? She said, you don't look like someone who can do anything. No, you look like Oyibo. I smiled. Guys, I'm not really fair, but maybe because I speak English a lot of times. And I try to mix it up with Igbo when necessary. So people have this impression that I am one Ajebota. Come on now. I'm just a normal Nigerian girl who's trying to make it. I'll soon get there. So I told her that I can make it. And she was shocked. I'm like, yeah, I can make it. There's nothing I cannot do. My mama trained me well, I beg. I be real African queen. So that was how she gave me that. And I went home to prepare a perebe, which is the main aim of this video. So a lot of you eat tapioca, you buy from people who sell on trays, and some of you do not even know how it came about. Yes, some of you do not even know from what it is made from or how it is made. So that is the aim of this video. So I went home with my cassava tubers, sliced them. I had to cut them into bits here, which is the normal thing. Cut them into bits. I'm sorry I didn't get the clips because the idea for this video came up after I'd already done the whole processing. Maybe some other time I will do that in full. So you slice it, remove the back, wash it, and place it on fire. Put water and place it on fire. Allow it to boil a bit. You're not allowing it to cook like yam. No, you're not going to allow it to get soaked. Just allow it to cook tenderly a little bit. Then you put it down, pour off the hot water, and put cold water in it. The trick to getting a nice tapioca, a nice eberebe, is to cut it while it's still hot. I'm sorry, it's going to hurt your hand a bit, but that is the only way to enjoy slicing it. If you allow it to get cold, it might be difficult for you to slice due to the nature of cassava. So you slice it while it's still a bit hot so that it will be easy for you. After slicing it, you wash it because it's going to be a little bit slimy. You know, cassava has a lot of starch in it, and for the fact that you boiled it, is going to be more starchy. So you change the water, wash it, and place it in a clean container or pot, and put another water into it. Make sure the water covers it, covers the whole thing, and you cover it. You don't eat the tapioca immediately. You allow it to stay a day to ferment. The fermentation process is part of the process, so you can't just eat it like that. So this is what it looks like after 24 hours, or it wasn't even up to, but it stayed a day. So this is what it looks like. See the foamy things on it showing the fermentation process. You don't allow this thing to stay so long. You wash it off so that it does not carry this bad taste and smell. It doesn't have this fufu kind of smell. So you wash it off immediately the next day, and you change the water into a clean one, and it is ready to be eaten with either granite or coconut. I love to eat my Mpataka with granite. It's so heavenly, and if you haven't tried it, you have to try it. All right, you don't have to eat it with coconut all the time. So that is what it looks like. I hope you learned something. For those of you who do not know the genesis of the tapioca you enjoy munching, this is how it came about. It is a cassava product. It is a cassava product. Some people even mix it into something that looks like abacha, but it's not the abacha. You know, abacha is has the different shape altogether. But this one, this way it is, as it's looking fresh, you can also make it into jollof tapioca, use palm oil and all of that. One of these days I'll try to do this, and I'll also show you. I hope you learned something. This is Oma's Food Corner. Do well to subscribe to my channel to get more interesting food inspirations and more adventurous things you have no knowledge about. Have a wonderful day. Bye.